Redirect your mind to the open lane. Regroup your thoughts, let go of the strain. Refocus the vision, it's all in your name. Jeff got the mic sparking up the flame. Redirect, regroup, refocus, we thrive. God in your spirit, keeping dreams alive. The vibe is deep, the truth's in the lines. It's your time, now don't let it pass by. Struggles in the rear view, we moving ahead. Wisdom and hustle ingrained in what's said. Jeff bringing light to the stories unsaid. Keep the focus straight, don't just lay in your bed. Switching the gears, shifting the tone. This ain't a journey you walk alone.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live, baby, on another episode of the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. How is everybody doing today? Look here, baby. I'm good. I'm great. I'm really great. We got a great guest in the house today, man. But real quick, y'all know how we roll. We got to do the announcement, so I got to remind y'all where we at. Boom, baby. It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, here at the Vibe Studios 219. It consists of Ron Reader, the VNO, what you know. Myself, Life Coach Jeff, of Redirect, Regroup, Refocus. Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch Wallace, baby? If you don't know him, please get to know him. He is a man of many talents, many things. I just add on more to that because, man, dude is awesome. And we have Mary Selena K of Rock Truth Radio. We make up the Vibe Studios, okay? Now, we have a second location at Healthy in Space in Maryville on Broadway, I believe. We got a second location, so we just not here at 2075 Rush Place. So y'all, please, if y'all want to tap into us, if you need your podcast or your radio show produced, we have equipment here. We'll have equipment there that you can utilize and take care of that for you. And we are also doing documentaries as well. So hit us up. We are working with Fred Hampton Jr. That's one of the latest projects we got coming up. So y'all tap in. Vibe Studios 219. Boom, baby. And also, you know, I have to announce this as well. We have a show, The Collab. Once again, that's 5 men, 1 mission. It consists of Dr. J, D. Smith, period. It consists of Media Monics, myself, Life Coach Jeff, and RMF Reggie moving forward. Man, your boy is out here with the My Radio Chicago crew, all right? The Danger of Delusion. Man, we got another great collab show coming, man. 5 men, 1 mission on the 2nd of May at 7 p.m. Tickets are $30 each. It is at a private location. And people, I've been telling y'all, dinner is included, okay? We only have 15 slots left. Shoot, we don't have 15 slots left. 15 slots is all we got for you. But we only got a couple more slots left. So I'm telling you, tickets are scarce, people. Y'all go ahead, tap in, get a ticket. And also, you can get a chance to win $100, okay? And you can be a panel guest. We will select that ourselves, or Dr. J will go ahead and select that themselves. But the Dangers of Delusion, it's going to be a good one, y'all. Please tap into that because we're going to be in the building, the collab, the men, we here. We're going to give y'all some wisdom and some knowledge from a male's perspective. Boom. Y'all tap in, baby. Oh, what else we got? Because I usually have a list or a number of things. But, couple more things. Jesus, this how I go, man. This how I go, big dog. And then we just be talking about things. But Shateria Beauty, got to let y'all know. T.L. Williams and his wife, who is also a singer, who goes by Ruby Goldstone in the house. They have a line called Shateria Beauty. Okay, Shateria Beauty. This is Chicago's #1 vegan hair care brand. These people are out here giving, okay, giving cancer patients their hair back. I know you heard it. Giving cancer patients their hair back. So please tap into Shateria Beauty. That's Shateria Beauty. And go to shateriabeauty.com, www.shateriabeauty.com. Chicago's #1 vegan hair care line in Chicago, brought to you by T.L. Williams. And one more thing. This is going to be on Mother's Day, y'all. May 11th is Mother's Day, right? It's going to be on Mother's Day. So this is Jay McClain's I Love You and My Husband. Just letting y'all know it's a play coming out. It's a play here. And our very own Smooch Wallace will be hosting, man. Once again, I Love You and My Husband, brought to you by Jay McClain, okay? It's a dramatic stage play. Now, tickets are $40. The advanced tickets are $40 for general admission, $60 VIP, okay? The VIP includes food, drinks, and VIP seating, all right? And this is going to be located at 5628 West Washington Boulevard in none other than Chicago, Illinois. Y'all, please tap in. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. So just type in "I love you and my husband," or type in Jay McClain, and you will fall in line with it. The play starts promptly at 6:30 p.m. So people, do not be late. Please don't be late. If you be late, you might miss out a little bit. All right, those are all my announcements, people. So listen, y'all, we have a great guest on for today. Okay, this brother here, he has done some great and amazing things. He looked like a young man too. You know, I ain't saying I'm old. Y'all know I ain't old.
I'm around there. I'm in my 30s.
Oh, yeah, okay, we young, man. I'm 35.
Oh, yeah, we in there.
Okay, we in the game. That's what I'm talking about,
absolutely.
big dog. There it is. So, y'all know I got my man Cammy Ford here. He is into a lot of different things, but I can say some stuff about it. But as I always say, the guest can tell you better than I can. Here he is.
Much appreciation for having me on the show for sure, Jeff.
Oh, no problem,
Definitely
big dog. No
appreciate it.
problem.
So my name is Cammy Ford. I'm a sneaker designer out of Chicago, Illinois. I've been designing for about 10 years straight. Along on this process, it's been very beautiful. It's been a lot of opportunities, a lot of trial and error for sure. But the most beautiful thing about it was the journey. So
yeah,
you know, it's I started off basically I lucked into my career and in my path. You know, God has a funny way of creating and stringing things a part of the universe. You know,
definitely.
Around the 2015, I believe, I started off I got into an argument with the young lady that I was with at one point. She was kind of on me a little bit about getting a job, just got out of high school and stuff like that. And I was kind of in college a little bit too, going into college. So, you know, I was looking for a job and I happened to go to River Oaks Mall in Calumet City, Illinois. Yeah. And just looking for a random job. Next thing you know, I walked in there to go buy an Adidas hoodie. Turns out I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, you know, are you guys hiring? On the spot, not noticing the entire time the guy was giving me like interview questions. Next thing you know, he says, hey, why do you want to work here? I'm like, because I need the job. But you know,
it is.
But other than that, I'm just overly motivated and I love the sneaker culture.
Okay.
The job at the time was actually called Champ Sports, which is affiliate of Foot Locker.
Yes. Yep.
Right in River Oaks Mall and stuff. So one thing led to another. Eventually he said, hey, come in the next day, schedule an interview, and the rest is history on that. What kind of got me into like designing shoes was more on the case of like just seeing the same item and the same product every single time I was selling. You get tired of seeing the same Jordans. So at one point I was like, you know what, how about I just add a piece of a marker or a piece of paint to a shoe. Trial and error. I spent 3 years doing it. A lot of people was like, hey, you're just coloring on shoes, not really seeing the vision.
That's how I go, brother.
But sometimes the way God works is that the vision isn't always meant for everyone else to see. It's always meant for you to see. That's why it's your vision.
Big sense.
So, you know, after spending 3 years hard working, eventually I had a guy come in the store and he was like, hey, I like these. I want to see, can you make me and design me a pair? At that point, I was overly nervous because at the time I was like, you know what, I'm just trial and error, but apparently it's something that someone likes. So maybe this is the opportunity to create, you know, something different for myself.
Yeah, definitely.
At the time, I made the shoe for the guy. He loved it. And at that moment, that's when I realized, hey, I have something to where I could be able to market it. And
got you.
Yeah, and like I said, that was the biggest opportunity, but that took me like 3 years of just trial and error. Like when I first started, I'm not gonna lie, my first pair of sneakers, disgustingly trash.
It was that bad, big dog.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Like I'm talking like an all black shoe. I wore it, I painted it all black. And this was like back then when Jordans are expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
For me to spend like $200 just to paint a shoe all black, and then I wore it, and then like I'm talking about the time when I did it.
You dedicated.
Overly dedicated because I got tired of looking at the same stuff. It's like, you know, why not be different? But it cracked on me. But like I said, I literally just trial and error. So once I realized that I was able to design that pair for that guy, I seen it, I noticed that I can create a business for this. So
that's what's up.
You know, the rest is history with it.
That's dope, man.
And I mean, like the opportunities that it's opened, it's been amazing.
Oh yeah, I bet, brother. I bet. Hey man, and shout out to Buddy who gave you a chance.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, because I'm telling you, a lot of times we don't have people just to give us a chance out here. That's the thing, yo.
Absolutely.
If people will go ahead and just take that one little bit on us and say, hey, what can you do for me? Or let me see what you can do.
Mhm.
You know, I'm telling you, I believe the world will be a place filled with purpose if more people just got that one word called chance, brother.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And sometimes we tend to luck into our faith. You know, a simple
True.
argument for me turned into a career for me that
Yeah.
I would have never seen just off
Yeah.
of that moment in that split second in
Mhm.
time. So once that happened, I started designing, I started creating, I
Mhm.
got more into my Instagram because I also went to
Okay.
school for business and marketing.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Northern Illinois for that. So
Okay. That's what's up.
and I'm a kid out of Roseland too. So, you know,
Mhm.
just to be able to go to Roseland, come to the suburbs, eventually my family moved me out and I was able to get a decent education through that way. And like I said, everything fell in line for it. So once I was able to market it, once I started creating a brand name, I wanted to create a brand name for my sneakers.
Okay.
So my federal name, my real name is Mark Ford, right?
Okay.
Now I know you might be asking, how did I get the name Kami?
You know, I understand.
I don't do a lot of interviews like this when I expose myself on my actual name.
I'm glad you exposed today. Look at what you do, people.
You
He
know,
exposed it.
guy got a funny way of working.
There
But
it
hey,
is.
when you're working with a life coach, hey, coaching through life.
Boom.
You hear me? So
Plug, people. Plug. Okay.
for real. So the way I got my nickname Kami was I lived in Roseland. I grew up on 103rd in Princeton. I went to a school called Langston Hughes Elementary. Through kindergarten through 8th grade, I learned Japanese because instead of them actually having the program of Spanish like every other school does, they had Japanese. So, you know,
Wow.
I was one of those kids that used to be into like anime, you know, just the shy, like just normal, just chill kid. So, you know, I was able to learn that process through 8th grade. Well, preschool through 8th grade. My 8th grade year, I had the opportunity to go to Japan as a foreign exchange student. So while I was living out there for a little bit, that was the nickname that I gained while I was out there. Little backstory to how I actually originally got the name Kami. So when it came down to me marketing my brand, I'm like, you know what? Instagram name, let's just go by my nickname, which is Kami.
Okay.
Next thing you know, that's how the name Kami Ford came. And that was the actual title for it. And the ideology behind that, I got it from J.K. Rowling, which is the author of Harry Potter books.
Okay.
You know, and it's an alias. It's a pen pal.
Okay.
So, you know, that's the nickname is stuck with it.
I need an alias out here.
I'm telling you.
I need to be discreet.
This
whole
really
life
nice.
Coach Jeff is too much out there for all y'all. Too much access.
But I mean, at the end of the day, though, when they look for the guidance, though, they know who to come to.
This is true.
You hear me? So it's dope to it.
We gonna stay Life Coach Jeff.
There we go. We got it. Boom. Trust me, we lit. So that eventually happened. I had my brand name. I'm going through my social medias. At this point, I'm spending 3 to 4 years. 2017 hit. I'm like, you know what? I want to push the envelope a little bit. Let me just try to do something different because right now my sneakers is getting there. But let's push the envelope a little.
So you're gonna take it up a notch. Go to the next level.
So I was living at, I think I was like maybe 22 or 23. I'm living in my mom's basement at the time.
Okay.
I'm still grinding at Champ Sports. I'm getting my sneakers out there. People liking it. In the summer of that June, an album dropped called Humble Beast by this rapper named G Herbo in 2017. At that point, I'm like, man, I can relate to it. I know that this is gonna be popular. Like it has a message to it. It resonates in the Chicago kid in me.
Yeah.
So why not jump on the switch while it's hot and do something different? So what I thought was, now mind you, I'm nowhere considered now or near now what I am as a designer back then in 2017. Okay. So like my stuff is way better, but at the time I was getting to it.
Okay.
You know, definitely. What I did was the album was called Humble Beast. I heard a song called Malcolm. It was produced by my guy DJ L Beats. And next thing you know, I literally painted the shoe red, left the white out, left the title called Humble Beast, and I put that on my Instagram that same night when the album had dropped. Okay. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? The album dropped. It's already doing numbers. Let's do the footwear and let's create something that's not done through the algorithm yet. You know. There
you go. Yeah.
So when I did it, next thing you know, it went viral. That was first virality pair of shoes that
we like that V word, people.
Oh yeah. Viral's fire. I mean, viral is fire. It's lit. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time. And when I did it, long story short, everybody seen it. They was like, hey, I even had Herb's people reach out to me.
Really?
A guy named Mikey Halstead. Okay. And he was like, hey, you know what? Herb likes this pair. I showed it to him. He's seen it. It's lit. It's dope. I want you to get him a pair. This is in June. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I finally made it.
Yeah.
Can't believe this is happening. This is in June. Why I didn't hear from that man until September? So as
wow,
literally, I'm talking about, but it was crazy because, you know, I was so the dopamine levels had dropped, and I was just like, man, I'm in a high. I'm already doing what's going on. I gotta start going. Next thing you know, I don't hear from him till September. I'm going through designing, cool, boom. I'm still making work because at this point, I feel like if I did it, I did it. Next thing you know, September hits and he hits me up. He says, hey, Herb wants this pair. I'm gonna pay you this amount of money for it.
Okay.
Boom, come to this event. And that pushed me into my faith even more because at this point, I'm like,
did you already have the shoe made?
Nah, I ain't had a shoe made.
Oh,
I had my size made.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I ain't had his size.
You didn't have his size.
No.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, so it was a rush project, but it got done, you know, because failure ain't finna happen when it comes down to that type of
yeah, definitely.
We gonna make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
One thing is us as brothers, we gonna make it happen.
Oh, come on, dog. There's always a way.
Hey, no matter what. So I did that first time going to a concert. I was so shell shocked, and I was able to meet so many connections, so many people just off of that spurt of luck. I gave the shoes to Herb. Next thing you know, he says he loves it. It's amazing. And we were locked in since day one.
Yeah.
That was just 5% of that journey that I've been dealing with these past 10 years.
Now, hold on, y'all. He said that's 5% of the journey. Just 5.
Just 5.
One story. That's small. So there's more.
That's small. And it's really just off of luck. Like a lot of the things that we go into a lot, it's out of our control, number one. But as long as you put one foot in front of the other, you're gonna luck your way into success. Yeah, that's just a part of the grind for sure. So and I'm a testimony of it because I'm still on this journey, and it's an amazing journey, but it has its ups, it has its downs. But the best thing you could do is keep going for sure, because at the end of the day, the journey is the best process. It's not really about the success, the accolades, because at the end of the day, that's fine and all, but it's what took you to get there for sure. And after that, like I said, my journey had actually got started. So at one point, I was doing another sneaker convention, and I started getting a lot more buzz because my name started ringing in different doors. It was so many conversations that my name was into that I was unaware of, because you'd be surprised the type of work you do, and people, if it's a good work, and if you actually are kind and you're actually putting your all into a situation, your name will be mentioned in doors you will never find out about.
And just so we can fill in that gap in between. So this is the time in between. We talking about dude reached out to you about G Herbo, took a hiatus, okay, but you were still designing, creating, and uploading.
Absolutely,
because remember that post went viral. Yeah, so you still off kind of that heighten of that. Now people are tapping in. Yeah, and then he hits you up again, talking about, I need this show, I'm gonna pay you this amount of money, boop whoop de boo, and then you climbing even higher. Because at
that point, I'm like, you know what, cool, it was great. It's an amazing thing, but now we getting started, you know. So now the journey is getting started, and you could visibly see it. It's a certain energy that you could feel. Okay, you just know when you jumping off the porch and it's time. So after that, next thing you know, I do a sneaker convention, and one of my friends, he says, hey, I want to connect you with this guy from Power 92. Okay, I connect with him. His name is DJ Hot Rod. Been my brother ever since then. So he's just like, hey, I got these opportunities. I'm doing this thing called Pep Rally Takeover. And I remember it like it was yesterday, because this was almost like 10 years ago now. And,
oh, wow. 10 years ago. That's dope.
Yeah, maybe 7. But it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a way to go. A little bit ago.
So next thing you know, he says, hey, I wanna connect you. We designed. And then he creates the opportunity for me to work with Reebok and Reebok Chicago. I work with them. I'm designing for them. We're doing different schools in Chicago. Okay. Next thing you know, that buzz is going. I'm still designing. I'm still getting orders, and my name is really lighting up. Then they throw me another oop to this lady named Janae Aiko. Yeah. Her manager. We design with her. Okay. And you know, everything is it's a beautiful journey.
That's dope, man.
Leading from that, then I have a deal with Sprite, because at this point I'm working in South Lake Mall in Maryville, Indiana. Okay. So the whole time throughout this, it's amazing to have success, but a lot of people are everyday people sometimes. Yeah. And no matter how much success I've had, I always feel the need to still work. It's just it's an engine inside sometimes, you know? Definitely. So I was a store manager at Finish Line because I was like, hey, I still need to have a discount for my sneakers and stuff. So I'm gonna plug that into the business. So I was a store manager over there in Maryville. And in Maryville, Indiana. But at the time, I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to push the envelope a little bit because the rappers is cool, the actual footwear is cool. But if at this point, I feel like I can do different genres with my sneakers. So I'm like, you know what? I go to the store called PacSun. I see a Sprite hoodie. Next thing you know, I go buy a Sprite and I'm just seeing it and just joking around because I'm joking until at this point.
Definitely.
So I go inside of my stock room. I design a shoe. Well, I grab the Sprite. I go home, design a shoe, sleep on it, and I design a Sprite shoe. At this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it just for the giggles. And so I designed a Sprite shoe. Next thing you know, they seen it in Sprite Romania because I made sure I tagged not only Sprite, I tagged Sprite Mexico, Sprite Romania, and a couple other different organizations in them.
Now, see, I like how you did that because most people, everybody trying to get in the U.S. But you said, nah, we're going to go outside.
Because sometimes you got to think about it. Everything is in tiers, right? So a lot of these brands, yes, you have the main brands. Like say, for instance, if you have a Nike, right? Nike is $1 billion company. They're probably more than $1 billion now. But their social medias, they have over 1 billion people. So imagine 1 billion people trying to steady tag them every day. You're gonna be that little fish in the pond sometimes. So your content or work isn't gonna get shown. But that's when you go into the third tier or the different tiers of that company who has like Nike New York, Nike Chicago, Nike Australia, whatever it may be, the subsidized companies from that spot. Because their follow count, they're not entertaining 1 billion people. They might have 1,000 people, 100.
It is. So they looking for somebody.
They're
just looking for somebody.
It's the smaller pages you want to get to because it's a family tree. At the end of the day, you got branches. So if you can get on one branch, it's gonna keep going up and it's gonna keep going up or down if you go towards the root. But you know, that's the thing with me. So I designed it, Sprite Romania seen it, and they reposted my work. When Sprite Romania seen that in 2019, they was like, oh wow, this is dope. They never tagged me. So I hit them in the comments and I was like, hey, I'm the artist that designed these shoes. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. They was like, appreciate it. Literally 2 weeks later, the official Sprite had reached out to me. They said, hey, we see you're snowed in. We seen your work. We want to send you some work, like some company stuff, as far as like clothing, a sneaker case for shoes. And I did it. Now at this point, I'm like, I have a major brand that's willing to even recognize me. So now
real quick, timeline.
Okay.
Tell me from the year from when you started and then the year that happened.
Okay. So I started in 2015.
That's 2015. And then when did Sprite happen?
Sprite happened in 2019.
Okay, people, I have to say this because this is very key. This is very important for y'all. The man put in work for just 4 years. That's it. And I say that's it because when you putting in work, time goes by very quickly. I have to let y'all know that because some of y'all forget sometimes. Some of y'all want the rush job. And I have to let y'all know it's not a rush job when it comes to all this. When you are dedicated to something, you put the time in and you'll see the results as it grows. Whew. Okay. Because I love that, bro.
No, that's
because I love that.
That's 100% facts. And you know, the beautiful thing about it too is you plant seeds. You know, and now that I'm thinking about this is probably the first time I've actually sat and thought about this.
Okay. Talk to him.
I'm 32. I spent my 20s not paying attention to this at all, but I'm realizing what I was doing now today. In my 20s, I spent majority of my time networking to be able to create the network that I need to be where I'm in my 30s. So like the beautiful thing about it is put that footwork in, meet as many people as you can, explore, do things that you're so afraid of, or put yourself in rooms that's so uncomfortable because you never know who you're going to meet. You know, whereas when you hit your 30s, now you have, I'm not going to call it allies, but you have friends, you have people that you've made and met around the way to where they can help put you in positions, you know.
Facts.
And that's low key the journey that I've been dealing with.
Man, yo, that's an awesome journey, man. That's a heck of a journey. And it's great because see, you're forever growing, you're forever learning in this process. And sometimes we lose sight of that. We think when we go ahead, we gain a little bit of success, you know, we've reached a certain point and we've arrived. Yeah. But at the end of the day, honestly, if you're just doing what you love to do, you've never arrived. You know, it's like it's about the experience. It's about the journey. It's about getting to know the people. Shout out to Janae Aiko as well, because my wife loves her. And I'm gonna tell her that I met with a guy who designed the shoe, and she's gonna be jealous of me.
Oh, geez.
So that's cool. It's all right. You creating a family hostile environment, but it's okay.
I'm sorry.
You didn't know you was gonna do this
She's
today.
one of the most nicest, humblest souls that I've met.
I'm gonna tell her you said that too. She gonna be
sorry.
So mad.
Sorry. It's
so
just
jealous.
It's that aura, you know. It's weird.
Yeah, definitely.
But some people have that. Like when you just know a person can fill up a room without even saying anything.
Yeah,
you just know, you know.
Exactly.
And I've met a couple people like that. I've met some people that's very difficult too. Like this journey ain't been sweet.
I feel you.
It's been very stressful too, you know.
Oh yeah.
But right now in my life, I'm actually entering. Well, I'm in a different phase now because I'm also a dad now too.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
God has a funny way of working because, you know, the entire time also I didn't realize that everything I've been doing has been setting up my legacy too.
Boom.
So
people, y'all missing it, man. Keep telling y'all, man. Gems. The gems get dropped. This man, I have people who come, dog, you don't understand. I have people that come on all the time and we talk about, you know, setting up a foundation, making it happen. But see, I always like to say on the podcast and on the radio show, we believe in the God. I don't care what you believe in, but on this side, if you're going to sit in the chair, I'm not saying you got to mention God, but we just believe in God over here.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you say God has a way of doing stuff because, see, God will always line up stuff for your better. Always. Always does. Especially if you're trying to seek good. If you're trying to seek good, good will come to you. And since you were seeking all that good and you were taking advantage of everything, bro, it's going to multiply. This is a small rule. This is and for my people out here listening and watching, this is a very small principle. This is not a big blown up principle. The rich will even tell you this too.
Okay. No, and I agree. Like, you know, that's the journey, you know, and it's a part of it. But you have to have motion. You have to be able to apply yourself and try. Even if you become 0.1%, you're becoming 0.1% better each day, and eventually that'll go to 2%, and that'll keep multiplying. As long as you try to do your best as you can, and as long as you're moving forward, you gonna win. Like with that and luck, you're gonna luck your way to success sometimes.
Come on.
So
I agree.
Yeah, you know, and it's weird for me, because I'm in a very interesting point in my life too, where when I look back at it, and this all started because of an argument from point one of when we started this podcast. First thing I came out and said, it started with an argument. Started with something negative that turned and grew into something very beautifully positive. You know, so it's been nice, and being able to use my God-given talents to help people also.
Yes, that's it.
I also try to mentor kids too, as far as like anyone that needs advice or anyone that needs help, because at the end of the day, I was put here to help other people also while telling my own story too.
That's what's up.
So it's me having my own daughter kind of like showed me into that realm.
Oh, you have a daughter?
Yeah.
So
it humbled
me.
Awesome. It humbled me when you're dealing with a lot of stuff and you young and you having too much fun. Yeah. Sometimes life will give you a daughter.
Yeah, so exactly. There you go. Yeah, slow you down a little bit.
It was a very fun time. But it's very eye-opening for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But throughout that, I was able to work with Sprite. I was able to work with a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities. Opened up my own shoe store too.
Okay, that's
I have
dope.
a store in River Oaks with a couple of my friends. It's an airbrush and t-shirt shop too. Okay. So it's called Big Goat Customs. Okay. And it's a lot. I've been doing a lot of work lately.
Okay, so, that's what's up, man. See, I need me something with this right here on it.
Oh, come through.
This right here, definitely. Because I stay right in Lansing.
Oh, yeah. I'm right down the block. Bruh. Oh, literally in Lansing, right down the block.
That's what I'm talking about.
God works crazy ways,
you just
right?
Never know, man. You just never know in this bad boy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I mentor young girls on Saturdays when I can. I used to do it every Saturday, but work kind of got in the way of that. I'm also an industrial electrician too.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm out there. I deal with the zap, the juice out here.
But that's beautiful though, because that's an amazing job that you can have, and a lot of kids need to know about certain trades.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah. I would love for you to come in and talk to them girls, man. Because the thing is, just with what we deal with, and you said with you having a daughter, I think this will be great for you to come in and just kind of see. You know, interact a little bit. Because I'm gonna tell you this, bro. What my friend told me that she needed help mentoring girls, and said, "What these girls gonna learn from me? I'm a whole man out here. What they gonna get?" But what I do is I give them real male experience. Yeah. So that way, when we start talking about certain stuff, dog, that's what I've learned. To me, that is the best way to talk to girls as a man, young girls as a man. Always give them the real, be honest with them, because when they get older, they're going to say, you know what? My dad was honest with me. He was with me. He told me men would do stuff like this. He told me people would be this type of way to me. He didn't lie to me. because I'm trying to give you the real.
Yeah, and I think that's what has to happen, especially with a lot of these young women that's growing up too nowadays.
Yeah.
Like you have to have that. I'm not gonna say male predominant figure, but you have to have balance.
That's what it is, balance.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they're brought up without the type of balance, and when those scales are off, it's unbalanced. So it's tough. It's a very tough world, especially for young women, and just being a woman in this generation too. But it's interesting for them.
Oh yeah, very interesting.
So.
Very interesting. So I got a question for you. I want to know, what do you feel is the best shoe that you've designed so far?
I don't think I got one.
You ain't got one, man?
I haven't designed it yet.
You haven't designed it yet?
Not yet. Because everything I've basically designed has always been either a moment in life or it's
really
so the beautiful thing about what I do is I kind of bridge gaps in a way.
Okay.
So like my record of basically who I am, right? I could deal with, and how we were talking earlier, I can deal with artists who deal with hip hop in Chicago, who deal with hip hop in Florida. I could design from sports teams. If you love the Bulls, if you like your favorite sports team, I could do that. All the way down to the kids who love anime. Like if you like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, whatever it may be, I bridge different gaps. And I think that I'm able to hop in different genres.
Yeah.
And it helps out because it makes me a little bit more relatable to the average person too. So with my sneaker designs, it's kind of like, I can't really say that my Dragon Ball Z shoe is my best shoe when I've designed a sativa shoe for Jhené Aiko. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every one of my work is really nice.
That's what's up. I like that. That's a very humble answer. That is a very great answer. But I'm gonna tell you this. It's because to me, that shows how you're moving. You're trying, again, we talk about journey, the experience.
Oh yeah.
It's a great way for you to take in that journey and that experience. I love it, big dog.
I appreciate it.
That's great stuff.
Yeah, because I got a couple projects that I'm working on too.
Okay. What you got going
on? So recently, last week, actually, it was either last week or the week before. But anyway, don't quote me on this one. But dementia kicking in. That 30s is a little different.
He said dementia.
Dementia. But so like recently I've been working with Operation Basketball.
Okay.
Real good people out there. It's this new organization and non-for-profit where we basically go into Chicago and we help out with a lot of the park districts, and we help out with a lot of young men in Chicago, teaching them that basketball is a convenient way through therapy, but also a way that can help you out in life. So that's one organization that I want to say shout out to. They've been doing a phenomenal job.
That's dope.
We just did something with MBK and the Obama Foundation in Jordan last week, of where we were at this thing called Stitch Lab downtown in Chicago at the Nike headquarters. And basically, it was fire. It was my first time going down there, and I'm like, to see these young men, I'm like, they look just like us. Literally kids just like us from all type of walks of life. Yeah. To see these kids be able to create, learn how to use the material, learn how to use Canva, and just try to find a positive way of doing something different that could help them out while working with Jordan. It was beautiful. I actually ran into this guy that was hosting the event too. His name's Jason Maiden. He's the chief and director of the Jordan brand.
Really?
Yeah, real humble guy.
Snap. Okay.
Real cool people. The guy gave me chills though, because like, he was basically talking to the kids and stuff, and he was saying like how in the beginning he grew up in Roseland.
Okay.
His parents took him out of Roseland. He went to a couple high schools, but then he moved to Dalton and he went to Thornridge. Okay. And over in Thornridge, there's this Foot Locker over there. Okay. And he was just, he would always sketch, or he would always do something. And the guys over there gave him an opportunity and a chance to where like he could create. And he was just telling his whole story through that, and how he went to Stanford, and then he became like the, working with Jordan and stuff like that. But his story mirrored mine so much. That's what it was so reassuring that I had chills to it, because I grew up in the same areas, just different high school down the street. But like I said, with those organizations, I want to definitely give huge shout outs to Operation Basketball. They just did this under what was it called? Undiscovered Showcase. Okay. Really raw. It was for a lot of kids that was in high school, and some that were post high school a little bit, of where they had the opportunity to actually play basketball and showcase their skills for a lot of college scouts. And a lot of schools don't and organizations don't provide those type of venues for them. So major shout out to Operation Basketball.
That's true. Okay, that's what's up, man. I love it, dog. I want to know who you want to design a shoe for next. If you had to pick another celebrity, who would you want to design a shoe for? And would you just design it and just get it in their inbox and say, bam, I'm here?
I think the next artist, does it have to be a hip hop or can it be actual hooper?
It could be anybody.
It would have to be Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Just because of the fact that he reminds me of the Jordan run that Jordan had, as far as like how he's marketed, how his attitude is, how his demeanor is. Like it's
you about to get a lot of hate.
I'm with that.
From them fans.
From them Laker fans.
From them Laker fans.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Because whenever you put Jordan and you put somebody else's name in, they come for you.
I'm with that.
Don't come for this man on my show.
He's not, don't get me wrong. I'm not
that.
saying that he's as good as Jordan. He doesn't have half the accolades. He don't even got a championship yet. But the kid he just has the physique and the energy that embodies that Jordan mentality, you know. So that's an artist, well, a person and a hooper that I would design for.
Definitely. That's what's up. That's what's up. And with your inspiration, like for instance, with the things that inspire you. Oh man, I had it in my head. This don't happen often either.
Okay.
Well, I have go ahead and I have a question, because I'm telling you, I like this so much, because to this caliber, to have somebody come on here who has done stuff like this, I've never had that before. I've never had anybody who is I've talked to some people who design some clothes, you know what I mean, some stuff like that. But in terms of sneakers and how you doing it and how you moving with it, y'all just got to take notes.
Oh, look,
y'all just got to take notes. Y'all just gotta, because I didn't had a whole question leave my head because the vibe in the room is good out here.
I appreciate
because I'm telling you, I love stuff like this. I love to see when people are in their lane, they moving, it makes sense. You're not struggling to stay in your lane.
Nah.
A lot of y'all in Chicago, I'm about to do it. A lot of y'all struggle to stay in y'all lane in the city and beyond. It's okay. Find something that's gonna help you. Just ease on through it. None of this when you walk into your purpose is supposed to be hard. You'll have some challenges, but it's not supposed to be hard. And with everything that you explaining to me and how everything is lining up and stacking up, like, brother, you great at remembering names. I'm terrible at remembering names.
I try. It's just it be so much stuff going on, but I'm telling you that mention be kicking in. Yeah. Just trust me. It ain't dementia no more. It's mention.
It's mention.
Because I forget to mention out. So, you know, it's just really just trial and error though. And even when it comes down to staying in my lane too, right now I'm also in a very interesting situation of where like I enjoy doing content creation. So a lot of the time I spend more time watching movies of where like if you look at my work, the shoes sell itself, but it's the story. If you are able to communicate a piece of product to people, it is the story that they will always enjoy.
Yes.
So, you know, I could always look at it from the rapper standpoint too. I could be a rapper, right? We've seen many times where someone has the best bars and he's very dominant and actually out dominating and out barring the competition, but it's his packaging deal that also helps him differentiate himself from the rest. And the way I look at my sneakers is I could design this for you, but it's the story that goes along with it. Like say for instance, if I'm designing a Pokemon shoe, I could always have it in a white background, but I feel like if I give you more of a woodland view to it, or if I give you more grass or a scenery, or like I recently did a Sprite shoe, a Sprite Tropicana shoe, and I decided to one up that one a little bit because I'm like, you know what, if we're gonna go straight tropical, let's go to Puerto Rico where we can actually have the tropical like palm trees, the beach, like we giving it more scenery, you know.
Okay.
Because with the way my brain operates sometimes too, I operate through music and movie. So like I might hear a song like I was telling you about Humble Beast, and at this point I'm thinking, how can I be able to communicate that image?
Okay, you know? I like that. And see, that was my question, the creative process.
Yeah, it's insane.
Because and I love hearing that from people, the creative process. Music is one thing, but for you designing a shoe or just shoes in general, and for each piece to be different and unique, bro, that take a lot.
It do.
I couldn't do it. I can't be the
one. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of thought that goes into it. And sometimes like it's just the fact that you just want to do things different. Like,
Yeah.
when you do things different, if you fail, scrap it, go to the next one. And sometimes, like, a lot of people be so locked into trying to perfect something that they're not even understanding. You're trying to perfect an idea that's going to last 5 seconds. And in this generation, we live in such a 2-second window of where everyone is going to the next. So spending all that time trying to perfect something doesn't even make sense.
Very
Create
true.
it, document it, and go to the next.
Very true. So, I believe you on that, dog. The world we live in today is very fast paced, very fast paced. And the thing is, if you're just not moving, trying to think of ways to be different, or just trying to change the game, like I'm gonna tell you what I got going on after this.
Oh, go ahead.
I think you're gonna like that.
Oh, I'm gonna love.
Oh no, I'm off camera.
Oh, you got some stuff
off camera.
He got some stuff going on.
I did one interview.
That means y'all got to pay attention. He got some stuff going on.
I did one interview that I kind of let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
But I don't think everybody tuned in. So y'all just have to find the interview.
Y'all got to go through that game film and check out them tapes for them interviews.
That is.
I want to know what's up.
Y'all got to find it. Oh, you gonna know.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is going to be all right.
Changing the game, man. Like you got to, sometimes you have to think about how you can revolutionize the area that you're in, the space that you're in. Like you doing it with shoes.
Right.
I'm finding a way to do that with radio.
Okay.
Internet radio.
Okay.
Trying to dope. I'm not gonna say it. Y'all wanted me to say it.
You almost got it. We almost got it.
Almost got me. Almost got me. Because I'm real smooth over here, bro. I feel real good because I'm telling you, this is a good conversation and everything, man. But Kami Ford, y'all don't understand. This man out here is the truth. Just your journey.
I appreciate
just how you moving with everything, bro. And it's very evident the reason why you were so successful is you got faith, you trust in God, you've been now humbled with your daughter.
Oh yeah. That's and even with her, like I got a funny story with that.
Okay.
With me actually designing and stuff. My girl called me a narcissist for this, but I don't care at this point. So my kid's 5, by the way.
Okay.
So 5 years ago when she was in the stomach, I was like, you know what? I already did Sprite. So how about I ain't paying for no diapers. So I'm like, you know what? How about I do this different? I ain't paying for no diapers.
You better talk.
I ain't paying for no diapers. I might pay for some formula. That was tough. So like at this point, I'm like, you know what? Let me do something that's different, but still use my God-given skills of how I'm designing shoes.
Yeah.
My mom didn't know that I was about to have a kid yet, so I kept it from her for a little bit, until we was both happy and safe to talk.
I understand.
So at one point, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna design a shoe. It's gonna say Huggies on it.
Mm-hmm.
One side's gonna be blue on this one shoe, just one.
Okay.
One side's gonna be blue, the other side's gonna be pink, right?
Mm-hmm.
So boy and girl. Inside, I'm gonna put the ultrasound in there. I'm very big on organic. If you look at my content, a lot of my content is organic. So I have the box. I give it to my mother. My mother sees it. My OG is my OG. She like Medea, low key. So she like, what's this? Like, what's inside of this and stuff? And I'm like, just open the box real quick. So she opens it and she says, it's a shoe. Yeah, ma, it's a shoe. Open the shoe. So then she's like, this shoe too damn big. Why you giving me this shoe? Ma, open the shoe. She goes inside, she opens it, and she pulls out the baby, the ultrasound.
Yeah.
At that point, she's looking at it. She's like, oh, you finna have a girl. Next thing you know, that I recorded the entire reaction, put it on my social. That went viral.
You about to tell me Huggies reached out to you?
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. I was not playing. Y'all don't understand. I was not playing with that. So like at that point, I tagged Huggies Mexico. I tagged Huggies Brazil. A couple other countries along with Huggies. Next thing you know, they seen it, they liked it, they hit my Instagram up, and that was how we had that brand deal. They was like, we're gonna give you up to 12 to 18 months of diapers just for your daughter. Boom. Next thing you know, I ain't paying no diapers. Girl called me a narcissist for this, but I didn't pay no diapers.
Girl.
And I had a pandemic baby.
He helped y'all through the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
How many packs of diapers?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Just come to the house, huh?
Come to the house.
Just came right to the house.
It was a lot.
Send me your address. And I got you.
Yeah, type stuff. So
I need you to do a shoot or something for me so we can just tag somebody.
Look,
I don't know what I need. I got to figure out what I need first.
But see, the thing is too though, I'm gonna put you on the game though. So
okay, hook me up.
The thing too is like it's not even just about the sneakers though. The sneakers it's the vehicle in the car. there's many vehicles and cars, right?
Talk to him.
So say for instance, right? What's the name of this? What's the name of this brand right here? These mics.
Mayano.
Okay. All right. Let's just say your favorite brand of it. Tag the brand and everything else that they got of the brand. For every radio podcast you do, they'll reach out. They're gonna see it. They're gonna send you merch. Now you got a brand ambassador. Now you add in equity into your own company, and at that point, it gets a little interesting after that. And you know, a lot of this stuff is just creating a following.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, little Jim.
Yeah. Now listen, I told you there was gonna be some gems on this show.
Oh, it's been a lot.
He dropped a little bit of game. Yes, there have been a lot of gems from start to finish.
Yeah, so,
come on.
I mean, and it goes all the way down to like how when we have personal friends and stuff, you know, like you're an artist. You know someone that you rap, cool, boom, great. You have friends who own clothing lines. Talk to them to where you can wear their clothing lines inside of their brands. Now, every time you create something or shoot something, you're also creating a relationship with that person. And at the same time, you're helping their brand grow while your brand is growing too, because you never know what people are going to be in the next 5 to 12 months at that.
Very true.
You know, so it's really just creating relationships and lucking into opportunity. For sure.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Dog, if y'all don't know who Kami Ford is, y'all better know now.
I appreciate it.
I got a question.
What's up?
Okay. If I wanted a redirect, regroup, refocus shoe,
okay,
how much would you charge me for that? Now you can tell me on air. You can tell me on air for that. That's fine. Now listen. Let me say this. Okay. First of all, people, the price that he's going to tell me on air, that don't mean that's going to be necessarily your price.
Yeah, that's facts.
So I have to say this because a lot of times people think when they hear something, you know, they like, oh, I could get that too. No, that's not how it works. I gotta let them know for life coaching, it don't work that way. Sometimes for the radio interviews, sometimes it don't work that way.
It don't.
So it don't work that way. So it ain't that today's price might be tomorrow's price. It's that Jeff's price ain't your price. Okay.
I mean, he ain't lying.
And it ain't even a special price he gonna give me. I'm just asking him the price. Okay.
Yeah, so like what I do is I'm kind of like Nike ID. So
okay,
I supply the shoes with the design.
Yeah.
So if the shoe is like 100, say you want a pair of Air Force Ones, right?
Okay.
Pair of ones after tax is $127.
Okay.
$100 extra. So now you paying about what, $227 for it.
Okay. Okay, because you have to get compensated for your labor
and that's
what materials you need and such. Because this is gonna take some purple, some white, and some black.
And some painting.
And some good paint.
Yeah.
Some good paint.
So,
yes, it's gonna take time.
Yeah. And you know, so I'm glad we actually talk about my pricing.
Yes.
Every artist charges different. Every artist is their prices are their prices. Do not get me wrong with that. But one thing I can say about my prices, I'm not into overtaxing just off the name itself. Like granted, my celebrities, that's a whole different ball game because like 10,000 is like $50 to them, or $1,000 is like 25.
Exactly. Yes.
So that's a different ball game. But to my everyday people, I came from the streets. I came from mom and pop and understanding how hard it is. Like I was 21 at working at that shoe store when I got my first pair of Jordans and I messed it up. So like before that, I was a kid, like I said, into anime. I was wearing British Knights. I was wearing K-Swiss, like in that era, you know. So I'm not really, I can go in different genres, but at the same time, it's like I don't believe in hitting over the head because I know how it can be. And you catch more flies with what is it?
With honey than you do vinegar.
Vinegar, yeah. So it's easier.
Okay. You know? And I pay that. I don't think that's unreasonable. See, my thing is I just support black business.
I appreciate it.
If you got something dope and it's something I rock with, I've gotten to the point to where, see, God will give you as much as you give out. And the thing is, I tend to give, so I always know all my needs are met and everything's taken care of. I don't stress about money unless I just don't have a job. I've been there, done that, you know. And I was in between, and I was off for a little bit. I didn't have nothing coming in. That was wild. It was an experience. But
you know what they say, if you fall off, you can make it right back. You can make it right back.
Bro. Always.
You know? And sometimes it's better to take the stairs than the elevator. Every time. And I'm so blessed at the fact I took the elevator. I mean the stairs.
Yeah. My mentor told me that. He said, Jeff, it's better you take the stairs because you just might miss a step. And it's true. And I've been looking and watching a whole bunch of this stuff going on. And I'm thankful for me not missing. I'm thankful for the investments that I've made thus far, because for y'all who thought the investments were good investments, you just got to look at the connections I have. You just got to look at who I'm able to talk to, how they talk to me, and how we interact and stuff. It's different.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like we just playing games with all this stuff. No, we're actually trying to build these relationships and grow from this.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to. That's why I want to buy a shoe from you.
Okay.
Because I want to go ahead, put it out there, and let
appreciate
people know that you did it.
I appreciate that.
So what? You know, I need something for more branding and marketing advertisement. Shout out to Rose Designs who did this hoodie, because I'm always wearing this hoodie. I need
that
something.
hoodie's actually raw though.
Oh, man, Rose
Yeah.
did this. Yeah, she put everything.
Oh, she hard.
Yeah, she you know. She
Oh yeah, she hard.
Stuff on the
Okay.
You know, so,
Regroup. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
you know,
okay. Yeah, she hard. Hey, you hard for real.
There you go. Let Rose know. She good. Rose Design Services. Got me forward, letting you know.
Oh yeah,
you hard out here. Who knows? You might. You see. You don't know, bro. You might get to meet Kami one day.
Look,
You never know.
One thing about me for sure, I'm big on my phone is always open, and if you need advice, I'm always to help people grow. Because at some point, it was a lot of times where I wish I could have had the help, but I'm thankful for the people that I've met because they were able to help me too. So, you know,
that's what's up. You know what? You need to link up with this other chick named oh my God, Q's Designs. She does Q's Designs.
Okay.
She creates socks.
Oh, that's hard.
And these socks are dope. And since these socks are dope, oh my God, I just got a text from my wife right now. A little marriage stuff.
Ron in the conversations too.
Ron, what's up, dog? LCJ, Kami Ford. Yes, sir. What up, big dog? Yeah, man. Yeah, you gonna have to check the recap of the show. I don't know how long you've been watching, sir, or listening, but we about to wrap it up in a minute. I'm trying to link him up with some Q's Designs real quick. Kalesh, just I'm giving you the shout out. Give me the shout out. I'm trying not to take all day with this. Okay, I have to find it in a minute. I have to find it in a minute.
Just let me know.
But she on here though.
Okay.
And she dope. She go ahead, she designed the socks and everything.
That's
like
hard
that.
though.
Yo, it's cool because I'm thinking, what if y'all had a partnership? Shoes and socks.
Hey, I work with everybody. That's all right.
No,
that's a 1-2 package.
You know? So he said, dang, bro, he just tuned in. It's all right, man. This is why we keep receipts. We keep receipts so people can go back and watch it. And we always get more on the back end. It always comes to you on the back end. Always remember that. But anyway, Kami, what's next for you, man? Where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years and just mapping out the rest of your legacy? What do you have planned for yourself?
I'm gonna be honest. In the next 5 years, I see myself. I don't know yet. I know it's gonna be basketball related for sure because my daughter, she's actually playing basketball now. So I spend a lot of time in the gym with her. But honestly, I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know, because right now I'm getting pulled into so many different avenues and things are going out. Like I've with me working with non-for-profits now, you know, it's different, and this is an entire different game to me. This is uncomfortable and new to me at that. You know, so and I like it. It's dope because I'm meeting new people, I'm meeting different organizations, and I'm also creating more content for them too. So as of lately, I've been shooting more content than I have sneaker designing. But at the same time, that's still my bread and butter. But you know, life just has a funny way because, like I said, 10 years ago, I didn't expect myself to be doing this now. So I can't give you that answer yet.
Wow. So, okay. Hey, that's honest, big dog. I understand. That's honest. Shoot, you asked me why I'm gonna be 5-10 years. I'm trying to be in radio fully.
Okay.
And radio is paying the bill.
That's good though. That's
the goal. Radio is trying to pay the bills.
And it's possible.
It's possible. It's possible.
It is.
It's possible. Man, we gonna talk. We gonna have a good conversation after.
Like at one point, you know, oh Jesus Christ. At one point, I used to think like, hey, having a lot of money is would be always the go-to, the end all be all, right? That'd be the one thing that makes you happy. Yeah. But sometimes that's not even the case because you could have that money, right? But you'll still be unhappy about certain things. You have to learn how to find peace.
Oh, come on, big dog.
You got like I've thumbed through money and I'm just like, bruh, it was to a point where you get so locked in. You know how you were saying about the Chicago industry, how you get pulled into that, right? I used to get pulled into that at one point because I'm dealing with the success, I'm dealing with fame, being in rooms I've never been in, meeting people that I've never been. Everything is so fast paced, and even with the money and stuff, and I'm not enjoying the journey. I'm getting the money, I'm doing this, but at the same time, there's an unhappiness that exists. But it wasn't until I had my daughter when I was able to actually calm down and realize, like, you know what? It's the legacy plays and actually teaching and creating a generation that's coming up. So that it's different. It's different.
Because even that play in itself, it still has to be done strategically. You still have to map it out because everybody you see and you partner up is just like everything's not going to be good for you. You know, some things will be good. Sometimes you might make a couple mistakes, like, okay, I need to pull back from that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still have to, just as you would a regular business owner who doesn't have a 501c3, you still have to play that same type of game. The rules don't change.
It doesn't.
You know, they really don't.
And the best advice I could say too, on top of that, Lord, treat the janitor like the CEO of any building.
Come on.
Because you never know who you're going to meet.
Say it right there.
It's treat the janitor like the CEO because you don't know who you're going to meet. You'd be surprised how many people, how many DJs I've met who started off, who tell me nowadays, like, bro, I remember you from when you was doing this. I just want to say thank you because you shared my content. I just want to say thank you because you gave me advice on certain things when you didn't even have to reach out and do that. You know, we plant your seeds. But like I said, I spent my 20s doing that. And now I'm in my 30s. And like I said, it's a lot of relationships that I'm still gaining. It's a lot of relationships and calls that I'm still making, you know. So treat people right and be kind. And another thing, don't listen to that voice in your head of when sometimes environments can create that voice. Because with me designing shoes, I started off making stuff and people would tell me, oh, you just coloring on shoes. It ain't worth it. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. Now I look past those points and those voices, and I'm not paying attention to that no more. Of where now I could say I don't hear it anymore. Now I hear, oh, bro, you're dope. I always believed in you. I knew you could do this. And if I would have stayed listening to them voices, I probably wouldn't have. I probably still be listening to them today. You know, so. And the environment plays a factor for sure, but you got to be able to break out of that for sure.
That's true. So. Okay. Man, this has been a dope show today. No, man, you good, dog. You good because I've enjoyed every minute of this for real. Like, yo, it's good talk, good conversation. I got to know a lot about you.
Appreciate it.
And the people got to know a lot about you. And we drop gems, people.
Gems get dropped.
Remember, man, don't tag regular USA. Tag Mexico. As my man did, Romania, maybe a little bit of Canada, Australia, New Zealand.
Tag as many brands as you can.
You know,
find a brand that that's not as popular. You know, someone who's trying to get their feet out the way. Create a community.
Ooh,
that's what you got to do. Create a community.
Come on, there it is. Look here, man. I ain't gonna give no words of wisdom. I ain't gonna give no final thought because my man did all that for you. But what I am gonna do is, I'm gonna have him go ahead and shout out all his socials and where you can find him so y'all can tap in the comment and what he got going on. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, this is real simple for y'all. My Facebook, my Instagram is Kami Ford, KAMIFORD.
Boom. Simple. We like simplicity.
It's easy.
There you go. And it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you live with another episode of the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast with the homie, Kami Ford. And y'all, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So remember, as always, redirect, regroup, refocus. And I love y'all so very much. And peace out, everybody. Wait, here it is. There we go. Out.
Redirect your mind to the open lane. Regroup your thoughts, let go of the strain. Refocus the vision, it's all in your name. Jeff got the mic sparking up the flame. Redirect, regroup, refocus, we thrive. God in your spirit, keeping dreams alive. The vibe is deep, the truth's in the lines. It's your time, now don't let it pass by. Struggles in the rear view, we moving ahead. Wisdom and hustle, ingrained in what's said. Jeff bringing light to the stories unsaid. Keep the focus straight, don't just lay in your bed. Switching the gears, shifting the tone. This ain't a journey you walk alone.